Therefore, according to research, global info analytics, information on media betu and pulse on media betu and say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama 2024 election will lead in 12 regions. And Ghana so you 16 regions. Now 10. And Nanado, Danko Akufo-Addo, 6 ebe council. You see, you 16 regions. And John Dramani Mahama leading 12 regions. So the remaining 4 no, MPP Dr. Bawumia in a lead no. So therefore, TV3 Election Command Center almost breaking it down all the regions no. Like region be any percentage at NDC any MPP any. So I'm breaking it down. Therefore, moment video na actually say John Dramani Mahama and lead 12 regions in this 2024 election. TV3 Election Command Center.
Martin is here to help us with that. Martin, talk to us. What's happening?
Well, looks like Global Info Analytics in the last poll surveyed about 2,000, between 2,000 and 3,000 people. So it's a safe sample size. And they are saying, for instance, that per the regional breakdown, the NDC seems to be doing very well. In fact, earlier polls, according to Global Info Analytics, pitches the NDC winning one-touch victory. They've pitched them about 53%. So let's look at the specific regions and how many votes or percentage-wise that Global Info Analytics is getting. They say, for instance, in the Ahafo region, the NDC is getting 55% out, and the NPP is left with 37%. Ashanti region, which is the stronghold of the NPP, they are getting 63% as against the NDC's 30%. Mind you, the Ashanti region comes up for specific mention because when they announced Dr. Matthew Pokumbrepe as their running mate, he promised and urged the voters there that we need to make 85% minimum. And so if as of October they are still hovering around 60, it means a lot more work needs to be done. The NDC has also promised that we know it is the main opposition, our main opponent's stronghold. However, we want to clinch 30%. They still have some 3% extra work to do if that is anything to go by. Central region, a few minutes ago when we were on Election 360, we all agreed that Central region has always, whoever wins Central region has formed the party of the day. And it is the most swing region of all the key swing regions we have as a country. As it stands, the NDC is winning Central region by 53% per the polls of Global Info Analytics, leaving 40% for the NPP. This is also significant because the vice presidential candidate of the NDC is from the Central region. So probably that is what is doing the magic for them. Also in the Central region, MPP had over the years promised them, promised an airport that they said, well, it wasn't really the promise they wanted to give them. Promised a harbor, which was also scrapped. So I'm sure they're thinking really deeply about that as a region.
Yeah, tough crowd there.
Very, very tough people to convince. I mean, the Central region has actually done bad by the NDC for several years. The NDC chose almost all its vice presidents from the Central region, but they've dilly-dallied in terms of voting for them. The Eastern region predominantly has been safe for the NPP. This time around, they've just inched about 50%. If the NDC is making over 40% in the Eastern region, it tells you that they are likely making some inroads into the numbers of the MPP. So if anything, if NPP wants to hold back the Eastern region as it's one of its strongholds, then they need to make sure that the green part of this data shifts upward so they can get out further votes. The Greater Accra region, look at this. This is actually one of the biggest. The Greater Accra region is giving 65% of its votes to the NDC and just 25% to the NPP. Mind you, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, a few weeks ago, was in the Greater Accra region when he truncated his tour of the OT region, came to Greater Accra, but as of October, or at the end of October, when Global Info Analytics surveyed, they say just 25% of the voter population in Greater Accra say they'll vote for the NPP. We'll leave it as it is. The Northeast region, 68% are voting for the NPP, and that's quite significant. Only 30% say they'll vote for the NDC. Savannah region, 27% are saying they'll vote for the NPP. 69%, almost 70% of the Savannah region say they are voting for the NDC. And Savannah region and the Northeast regions are part of the 6 newly created regions. And it's interesting to note that this is the first time they're going to be voting after the redemarcation.
Right.
So it's interesting why the decision behind these voter numbers. We'll probably in subsequent shows here at your election command center try to distill to get to the bottom of what's informing this voter patterns.
As we have always said, that it's going to be a battle for the North as well, as much as it would be for places like the Ashanti region and Volta region or the swing regions that we know. Because then, as you said, when it was just one northern region, we knew that the NDC always came up tops. This year, they're looking to claw back some of their losses in those regions. Tamale South and P. Harun Idrisu had told me once that indeed, listen, we're looking at ensuring that we reduce the MPP's gain in the Northeast region in particular, or perhaps even ensure that they are completely out of that region. But it's not going to be an easy one.
It won't be easy
because their candidate himself also is from that part of the country. So again, comes back to the point, it's a battle for the North.
For a battle for the North, because both candidates are extracts from those that part of the country. The Volta region comes up for mention. That I'm sure I've done the Upper East region where MPP has 32, NDC is above 60%. They are 64% in the Upper East region. And again, mind you, these are per the polls done in October by Global Info Analytics. In the Volta region, recent conversations with John Dramani Mahama with our correspondent Komala Kluche, John Dramani Mahama says that it is not possible, it will not happen that the NPP can get 300,000 votes from the Volta region. The NPP has visited that region a few times. For the first time in the political history, NPP has a seat in the Volta region. They intend to increase the voter percentage in the Volta region. But the NDC, according to John Mahama, will not allow that to happen. They want to get at least 85%. In fact, he said 90%, whilst the NPP in their stronghold of the Ashanti region are looking at getting 85%. They say they want 90% in the Volta region. We'll see how that plays out. Western region, one of the then swing regions, because of the redemarcation, is now 3 different regions. They, specifically in the Western region, 36% of the people surveyed say they'll vote for the MPP, 53% say they'll vote for the NDC. So across board, you can tell that out of these, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these regions. Apart from the Ashanti region, Northeast region, the NDC seem to have made some significant gains in there. Also, the last regions that we are looking at for you, Bono Ahaf region, 51% for the NDC, 42% for the NPP. The Bono East region, 31% for the NPP, 59% for the NDC. Northern region, specifically the Northern region, 58%, and John Dramani Mahama was there a few days ago, had to come back down for the National Peace Council service and has gone to the, is currently in the OT region. So John Mahama is leading per the polls by 58% in the Northern region, NPP 40%, 35% in the OT region for the NPP, 62% for the NDC. It was interesting, we are still yet to understand why Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia cut short his campaign tour of the OT region, but at least he stopped, probably might go back. We know that currently it is the vice presidential candidate of the NDC that is there. So the OT region, as it stands, 62% for the NDC, 35% for the NPP. Upper West region, 68% for the NDC, 29% for the NPP, and the Western North region, NDC is winning. So all the polls show that NDC seem to be in quite
looking good,
looking very good for the NDC. They seem to are inching closer to the 270 mark. We are not doing 270.
And they're going to have to hold on to that if they plan to win the election.
Please subscribe, comment, and share for more content.
It's not going to be a very easy ride for them as well. The NPP is doing its best to ensure that it increases numbers in the Ashanti region and in the Akan-speaking regions as well. And they want to hold on to Central region. Like
we only have, what, 30
otherwise, we're
days to go,
having
right?
a repeat of 2020. You know what happened in 2020.
Yeah, say the city, I don't know. Best you are also bit much your idea. I will comment session as a amame. share, comment in the like it. Say that be a full from so bad. Ebe yebi ahwe. Aha, Zinga TV. Yakra.
Thank you so much for watching. Kindly don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Stay safe till we meet in the next one. I love you and it's bye for now.